Hello everyone and welcome to the 2020 World Cup review. Today we are reviewing the two semi-final matches that have been played in the past couple of days. So let's jump right into it. The first semi-final was between New Zealand and England. New Zealand, they batted first and in the end they made 8 for 153. It was a good start by the openers. Guptill and Williamson, they made some runs. Williamson made 32 of 28. Then Munro batted pretty well, 46 of 32. 7 fours and a 6. And Corey Anderson made 28 of 23 deliveries. Now they were looking pretty good. They were 4 for 134 in the 16th over and then they crumbled. They crumbled big time to go to 8 for 153. I think it was like 5 for 20 in the last 4 or 5 overs. So good end from England. They bowled very well to minimise their score to 153. For the bowlers, Ben Stokes was the pick of the bowlers for England. He got 3 for 26 of 4 overs. Very impressive figures there. And a few people got 1 wicket. Moeen Ali, Liam Plunkett, Chris Jordan, David really all got a wicket each. So it was a good bowling performance in the end from England and they minimised the score. And in the end, it was enough as they chased the total down with just a bit under 3 overs to spare, earning themselves the right to be in the final. Roy was fantastic. He was actually man of the match for his 78 of 44 deliveries. He was on fire early for that. 11 fours and 2 sixes in his innings. Played very well. Hales had 20 of 19. Joe Root was not out, 27 of 22. And Josh Butler hitting some good ones at the end. I think he hit the winning 6 in the end, so 32 of 17. And they got that with ease in the end. They probably made a bit of a mistake, New Zealand, playing the fast bowlers early, because their usual way of playing this tournament was playing the spinners early. So they opened with Corey Anderson. He got number 16 the first over. Adam Milne didn't really do that well either, number 27 for 3 overs. They didn't bring the spinners on to a little later. Santner, 3.1 overs, 1 for 28. Sodhi he got the most wickets, 2 for 42 though, very expensive in his 4 overs. So at the end of the day, England, they were just too good at the end. They bowled fantastically and they batted very well. I said earlier in the preview that it would come down to that innings between the England batsmen and the New Zealand bowlers, and the England batsmen did their job, and now they are through to the final. The second semi-final was played between India and the West Indies. India, they batted first. They made a very good score of 2 for 192. Now, I think all of them made some runs. Rohit Sharma, as I mentioned in the preview that he needed to perform, well he did. He made 43 of 31, 3 fours and 3 sixes. Rahane was very good as well. He was in, I think, instead of Shikhar Dhawan, so interesting decision. He made 40 of 35. Virat Kohli, absolute superstar. He made 89 of 47. He was unbeaten, 11 fours and a 6 in that innings, and Dhoni was also not out, 15 off 9 to get the score to 2 for 192. Very good score. Andre Russell was very expensive, but he got 147. Badri, he bowled actually pretty well still, 1 for 26 off 4 overs. So it was a pretty big score from India. And the West Indies, well, it turns out it wasn't big enough for them. They made it pretty easily. They did lose Chris Gale early, so they gave India a lot of hope there. But Charles was fantastic, 52 of 36 deliveries, 7 fours and 2 sixes. Lendl Simmons, who was man of the match in the end, 82 of 51 unbeaten, 7 fours and 5 sixes. And Andre Russell, he finally showed that big hitting that we all expect from him, 43 of 20, 3 fours and 4 sixes. He hit the winning runs, he hit the 6 over mid-wicket to win them the game and get them into the final. The pick of the bowlers, really not much. Virat Kohli was actually bowling, surprisingly. I think he was still bowling when they got the winning runs. He actually got a wicket too. Really, not really much there. The pick of the bowlers was probably Nara, 1 for 24 of 4 overs. So the West Indies, they did fantastic. They batted fantastically. As I said, they've got that power hitting, and they showed that in this innings, and they got themselves through to the final where they will face England. So that is it for the review of our semi-finals. I'll be back soon to preview the final between England and the West Indies. So until then, bye for now.